Hello everyone, this is Dr. Baker, and we will take notes on Module 4B for the course MAT0022. Now Module 4B deals with multiplying and dividing numbers. There are a few rules that we want to remember when multiplying and dividing rules, and that's really our signs. When we multiply a negative number times a negative number, we get a positive result. And also a positive number times a positive number gives you a positive result. Now, if we have a negative times positive, we get a negative result. And if it's flipped around, if we have a positive number times a negative number, we'll still get a negative result. So we want to keep these tips in mind as we move forward, starting with number 3. We're multiplying these 3 digits together, -5 times -2 times -3. The parentheses, by the way, whenever you see parentheses side by side with a number, that means multiplication. And a parentheses right by another parentheses means multiplication. So we'll multiply each term starting with the first 2. Remember, negative times negative, we get a positive result. 5 times 2, -5 times -2 gives us positive 10. All right, let me rewrite that again. Positive 10. Times the last term, which is -3. A positive times a negative gives us -30, and this is our answer. Now, let's look at number 8. Now, for number 8, you're asked to evaluate an exponent. We have -11 to the second power. Now, this negative symbol we see right here, we're just going to carry down the negative sign. It's not in parentheses, so we're not going to be squaring the negative symbol. What we're squaring is 11. Now, when I say square, I'm meaning look at our power, it's 2. So we're going to multiply 11 times 11. Multiply this base 11 times itself 2 times. 11 times 11 gives us 121. So our answer would be -121. All right, let's look at number 10. We're multiplying 3 digits again. We have 5 times -10 times -6. And we'll multiply left to right. So 5 times -10, positive times negative gives us a negative result, and 5 times 10 is 50. Times -6. Remember, a negative times a negative is positive, and 5 times 6 gives us 300. This is our answer. Now let's look at number 12. This time we see parentheses. We have -4 raised to the third power. So that means we're going to take this base, -4, and multiply it by itself 3 times. -4 times -4 times -4. So starting with the first 2 terms, -4 times -4, that's positive 16. Times -4. So positive 16 times -4, that gives us -64. This is our answer. All right, let's look at number 14. We have 2 fractions, -5/3 times -3/11. Now, when you're multiplying fractions, you can simply multiply the top number times the top number, numerator times numerator, and denominator times denominator, and then make sure you simplify in the end. But if you look at the terms that are diagonal to each other, you can cross cancel, meaning you can get to that simplified answer quicker. If there's a number, you can divide into both of those digits that are diagonal to each other. I'm looking at 3 and 3 because we can divide both of these digits by 3 and simplify it. So we'll divide by 3. In the numerator of the second fraction, that becomes 1. So it's still a minus there, it's -1. And in the denominator of the first fraction, 3 divided by 3, that becomes 1. So what are our new fractions? We have -5 over 1 times 1, or -1 over 11. Now we can just multiply numerator times numerator, top times top. And -5 times -1 is +5 in the numerator. 1 times 11 is 11 in the denominator, and this is our answer, 5 11s. All right, let's look at number 16. We have -3/8 raised to the second power. Well, we're really multiplying this -3/8 times itself 2 times. So -3/8 times -3/8. Now top times top, numerator times numerator, -3 times -3, that's +9. Bottom times bottom, 8 times 8, that's 64. And this is our answer, 9/64. All right, let's look at number 20. Number 20, we have 0 divided by -21, and 0 divided by anything is just 0. However, on the flip side, -20 divided by 0 is undefined. It's undefined. The reason it's undefined is because we have -20, and we can't then divide that by nothing. 0 is the same thing as nothing, so it's impossible. If 0 is in the denominator, you can't divide by 0, it's undefined. If 0 is in the numerator, 0 divided by any number is going to be 0. All right, let's look at number 26. Now for number 26, you're asked to find the quotient, and quotient means to divide. So we have -96 divided by -12. And 12 can be divided evenly into 96. A negative number divided by a negative number is positive. 12 can be divided into 96 8 times. So our answer would be +8. And 28, we're dividing -3/4 by +6. So we'll go ahead and change that +6 to a fraction by putting it over 1. Remember, you can make any whole number a fraction by putting it over 1. And when we divide fractions, we have to remember those rules that keep, change, flip. So we'll keep the first fraction the same, -3/4. We'll change our operation from division to multiplication, and then we'll flip the second fraction. We'll take the reciprocal. So the denominator moves to the numerator, and the numerator moves to the denominator. So it becomes 1/6. Now, if we can cross cancel, we want to cross cancel, which we can, because 3 can be divided evenly into 3, and then again, 3 can be divided into 6. So that 6 will be crossed out and become a 2. 6 divided by 3 gives us 2. And the 3 will be crossed out. That'll become a 1 in the numerator of the first fraction. So what are we left with? We had -1/4 for the first fraction and 1/2 for the second one. So now we'll just multiply across, top times top, or numerator times numerator. -1 times 1 gives us -1. And 4 times 2 gives us 8. So -1/8 will be our answer. And that's the end of the module 4B.